going to ask you a question, and I want you to be really honest with yourself about this. Have you ever wondered, is something wrong with me? Am I different from everybody else? Is there just something going on that is holding me back? I'm asking you this because this was a question I asked myself for over a decade. And I looked for the answers. And there is one thing that helped me find the answer. And it is this book. It's titled Patriarchy, Stress Disorder. And no, this is not a diagnosis that's in the DSM, but it is a real thing. And I highly recommend that you read it. If you find yourself editing your reactions, not going after deep internal desires that you have, and just in general, watching what you say all the time. I'm going to read you a brief excerpt from this book, and I just wanted you to see if this sounds maybe like you or something you can relate to. The bar for women's desires under patriarchy is set so low because over the millennia, our desires could not shape our destiny. Desires were disruptive and dangerous. Women who followed their desires were punished, ostracized, excommunicated, stoned to death. Literally. Burned at the stake. There's a lot of ancestral, cultural, and personal trauma that has poured concrete walls around our wants and needs. To our subconscious, raising the bar feels like mortal danger. The prison guards block our access to our true desires, and should they somehow leak out, they are swiftly neutralized by being labeled unrealistic. I had an issue with setting a high bar for my partner. And this materialized as having partners who just really didn't meet my standards. And so I would lower my standards. And then I would be frustrated. And this went on and on and on for years. What I learned from the book, and she gives a lot of really helpful exercises. And you mentioned prison walls in that excerpt that I read. And these are little ways that we learn to protect ourselves from basically society, growing up as women. And those prison walls / prison guards actually are keeping us from living fully into the life that we deeply desire. And really what we have to swap out is prison guards for our own intuition and our inner authority. And it's extremely liberating. I was able to put into practice these exercises and this new way of being with my own self in my choosing of a partner. And when I look at my life now compared to where I was, say, even 4 years ago, I am living a much more authentic, free, liberated, lovely life now because I trust myself and I'm partnered up with someone who trusts himself. Being with somebody else who trusts his own inner authority and also is so accepting of me as I am and allowing of me to continue growing into who I'm destined to be, it really changes everything. And I'm not saying you have to have a partner to do this, but a deep desire of my heart was to have a true partnership, somebody who's my best friend, and we are working in life as partners. And that, for me, was something that I was not able to accomplish in my life. I was able to accomplish a lot of other things, but that one thing was really, really difficult for me. And I don't know if there's something in your life that you just feel like, why am I stuck here? Why am I continuing to repeat history in a new and different way? But I'm still not happy. I'm still feeling dissatisfied and inauthentic and not really showing up as myself in this area. Anyway, wow, happy Friday or whatever day it is. But hey, this is what I like to talk about. There you go.